he wants people to look at him as this person who perpetuates lying, hurting people, and using them. Welcome to another episode of CHRISTOSOPHY, the show where we take viral content and we react to the not just what, but the why behind it. Listen, I grew up around Hollywood people. I was in shows that you watched when you were little, and I know that I never made content. I never created music or was on a show without there being a purpose behind it, without there being a reason to it. And so what I like to do is I like to look at other artists and I like to look at the why behind what they do, and the results are often shocking. So in today's episode, I think we're going to crack the code on how we are perpetuating the exact problem we claim to be fighting so hard. So if that sounds like a show that you would be interested in, hit the subscribe button, click the bell. This is on YouTube. We'll be getting it onto more platforms soon, but for now, it's just on YouTube. So happy Friday, everybody. It's the Friday before the Super Bowl. I'm rooting for the Eagles. Who are you rooting for? Let me know down in the comments below. And I want you guys to follow this line of thought, okay? I'm going to try and make it as concise as possible. Okay, so we're going to start this off talking about, unfortunately, the Grammys. All right, now I'm going to tell you why the Grammys are important, guys. This is so crucial, and I hope that you'll stay and listen for this. Yes, the Grammys, not that entertaining. I think it had about 12.5 million views. This time around, February 5th was when it aired, okay? And the buzz around it was Sam Smith's performance of his song, his hit song from 2022, Unholy. We're going to get more on that a little bit later. But you need to watch the Grammys. You need to watch the Oscars. And you need to pay very close attention. Why? Even if you don't like the show, the people who make the shows you do like are there. This is a congregation of the who's who in the music industry and in the movie industry. Oscars, Grammys, they both go to each other's parties, okay? And so what is next is seen at the Grammys. You're going to see the mindset, the beliefs, and the ideology of the people who make everything from your favorite kids shows. I was on one of them, The Backyardigans on Nickelodeon, to something like Game of Thrones, right? A wide spectrum. Or at least it used to be a wide spectrum. Nowadays, kids content and adult content are turning into the same thing. And that's another topic for another day. So you need to watch the Grammys. Now, more on Sam Smith. We talked about how the buzz around the event was his performance of his hit song, Unholy. He performed it at the Grammys with Ken Petras. Of course, if I sound a little hoarse, I'm coming off of the flu. So sorry if my voice is annoying to listen to. So why is this important? Okay, the two examples I'm going to give you today are microcosms. They're examples of larger societal issues that I want to make statements on. Okay, so the song Unholy by Sam Smith. I'm going to read you some of the relevant lyrics here and tell you what the song's about, and then we'll go from there. So, a lucky girl, she got married to a boy like you. So it's a girl getting married to a boy like him. She'd kick you out if she ever knew about all that you're telling me that you do. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. Everybody's talking on the scene about how you can't keep your business clean. So word's starting to get around the neighborhood. And then the chorus is, Mom don't know or Mommy doesn't know Daddy's getting hot at the body shop doing something unholy. Okay? So this is a song very clearly about a man who's having an extramarital affair, okay, at his job with this woman who either works there, it's not very clear. She either works there or she comes around there. Maybe he worked on her car at some point, and then they started working together more closely. We'll just say that. That's what the song is about. Also, what's mentioned in this song is that the man has kids. Kids plural, right? He left the kids at home. Exactly. So this man is married with kids. This song, Unholy, is talking about a man who is lying. Okay, obviously he's lying to his wife, not telling her about the affair, coming clean and dealing with the consequences of divorce. Like Sam Smith says, she'd kick you out. They would break up if she ever found out. He's hurting people. Okay, not just his wife, obviously his kids. And even the woman that he's having this fling with, because she's giving of herself and they're creating a bond, obviously, in more ways than just physically. And that's going to come to an end. One of them has to die. The relationships, not the people. Either the marriage dies or the affair dies. But there has to be separation. And then he's using them. Who are the they? So he's using his wife to hold up the appearance of a marriage, and he's using the woman for what to gratify his own desires. Maybe he thinks he's in love with her or whatever, but ultimately he ends up using her. So that's what the song's about. And Sam Smith is glorifying or promoting these ideas. And you say, well, hold on, I don't know if that's necessarily true. Well, nowhere in the lyrics will you find him condemning this. So at best, it's ambiguous. Okay. And just as a musician myself, I think if we're being honest with each other, there is this light, fun, dangerous type of energy, vibes that the song gives that makes it a little bit fun. That's the energy of the song. It's not a sad sounding song. It's a party song, right? This is something that they're playing at the club. Well, not anymore. This is a song that's old. But, it's a party song. It's definitely not, the mood that it gives is not a sad one. So based on what we have to go off of, this is something that is not against what is happening here. And maybe that's a stretch. But then we fast forward to February 5th at the Grammys, where Sam Smith portrays himself as Satan, literally the devil, the one person who embodies lying, right? The devil is a liar. That's the first thing. Hurting people, right? And using people. And this isn't just another person on stage pretending to be Satan. Sam Smith himself is pretending to be Satan. So he wants people to look at him as this person who perpetuates lying, hurting people, and using them. And then we have the applause from the people watching at the Grammys. Thousands of people screaming their heads off, clapping for Sam Smith, okay? That's part one. Now let's get to part two. There's a famous online streamer by the name of Atrioc. And just about February 5th, a few days ago, I think this actually happened about 10 days ago, actually. While on a live stream, he's screen sharing, and one of his web browsers has a tab open that shows live for everyone to see that he's been going to or engaging on a website that renders pictures of people, anybody who you have an image of apparently, in inappropriate ways for enjoyment and private time. Yeah. And he's a married man. Atrioc is a married man. And it wasn't just any woman or any group of women that he was taking images of to create this content for himself. But these were images of his friends, of his female streamers who were in his community. And so obviously the chaos that ensued is hard to watch. Obviously you feel mostly for his wife and for all those girls who had their bodies used or had their images, their likeness used for the gratification of not only Atrioc, but anybody who got their hands on those images. As the story goes, those images got spread around the internet, and now they're trying to remove them offline and things like that. So Atrioc in this situation, I don't know when his wife found out. At some point she did. She was obviously in the live stream herself, crying in the background while he was making his apology video. I don't know when she found out, but at some point she didn't know, and he was lying. Okay. He's hurting people. I think this is clear. He was obviously hurting his wife and all his friends. Can you imagine the conversation that you would then have? Even a personal text message where you're texting a woman as a man that you both know you were using in this kind of way. destroys relationships, destroys the friendship. Okay, and obviously hurting them by using them. He's using their bodies, he's using their likeness for his own pleasure. Are we getting the connection here? And again, these are both microcosms. I'm not saying the Sam Smith song was what Atrioc was listening to that inspired him to do this. I'm saying what Sam Smith's song was about is a small example of what we are pushing as a society, as good, as something to be done, lying, hurting people, and using them. And if you didn't think that's what the song was about, he doubled down and made sure you knew that was what it was about when he portrayed himself as Satan, literally the embodiment of those characteristics. And then society follows the societal leaders like Sam Smith and does things like this. And so then we see the result firsthand of what happens when you do something so unholy, right? Destroyed marriage, destroyed friendships. This kind of infidelity will follow him for the rest of his life. Atrioc will be synonymous. He's going to be known with this story for the rest of his life. And so when we look at how this stuff plays out, it should be a warning to everybody that what Sam Smith is promoting is not good. And he says it, the song's literally called Unholy. So why are we promoting this? He's not, and like I said, he's not condemning it in the song. So it's not a song about the dangers of it or a warning tale. It's fun. And they play it at the places, at the clubs where these things are most likely to happen. Where everybody's half naked and may or may not be with their spouse. Sam Smith is a lot of things. Sam Smith is not stupid. I'm sure, as I know, and I'm not that bright, that music has an effect on people, right? This is elementary stuff. That words have an effect on people. He uses a combination of words and melody to help introduce the promotion and the fun of lying, hurting people, and using them. As Satan. So, don't say you didn't know. I mean, if you watch this video, then you know. There it is, laid out. So what's the answer? What do we do? Stop listening to this stuff. And it's not just Sam Smith. I mean, literally, I don't know if you guys saw, but in a since deleted tweet from CBS, the host of the Grammys, they tweeted, "We are ready to worship." What? That's a whole nother level. That's a whole other level to this. So, and it is saying, we are here to promote. We are ready to promote and lift up what you're doing, what you're saying. We are ready to worship is the quote from CBS on Twitter. So as individuals, you will either see the danger, you will see the edge of the cliff, and you will stop and you will turn from literally unholy, like Satan, lying, hurting people, using them. You'll either turn from that or you will end up where Atrioc is. And I guess that's the thing. They push that, oh, well, you're so young, and oh, well, you may never get caught, and isn't it just so fun, right? Crime doesn't pay. You'll always get caught. You will always suffer for these things. Man hasn't been able to get away from it for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. This kind of stuff leads to pain. You're not different. Sorry. So, don't run off that cliff. If you enjoyed this episode and you like this kind of content, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Share this with a friend. Share this with, I don't really know the demographic of this channel yet, but share this with a family member, a friend, somebody you think could be helped by kind of the peeling back the layers of this kind of stuff and showing what the effects of content like this is on society. Sorry for my voice again. Yeah. So I'm going to stop talking. I'm not here to waste your time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode of Christosophy. Peace.